alaikum, dear viewers, and welcome to our Learn Arabic show. Right, so in our today's lesson, as you can see, before we start our topic for today, I have listed this verse from Quran. It is Surah Al-Anfal. If you open your Qurans to Surah Al-Anfal, verse number 51, it says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. ذلك بما قدمت أيديكم وأن الله ليس بظلم للعبيد. So this verse translates as, this is your punishment for what your hands wrote. Allah is not unjust in the least to his creatures. So I just want us now to focus on the grammatical aspect of this verse. So ذلك meaning this is bima qaddamat, meaning your punishment. قدمت, okay, قدمت أيديكم. Okay, أيديكم means your hands. Okay, one hand is yadun, أيديكم meaning your hands. Of course, you find that here there is what you call the dependent pronouns. Remember, we did those suffix when you place them at the end, right? We had the independent pronoun, then we went to the dependent pronoun. If you remember, this represents your. And then it says, وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ. Also here you notice that we had said, of course, that if any noun comes after the word anna, it will definitely carry a fatha. So I cannot say anna Allahu or anna Allahi. Why? Because we said the rule of the particle anna. Remember when we were doing the differences between anna and inna, we had said that of course anna will, if any noun, okay, comes after the word anna, it will always carry a fatha. Okay, so anna Allah, okay, Allah is not just in the least. Laysa bidhallamin, this means unjust. Laysa, we said, is also one of the sisters of Kana. If you remember the sisters of Kana, we had talked about Laysa meaning not. Okay, and lil abid, abd is one servant, abid to his servants. And you notice here we find a harful jar, right? We will be discussing about harful jar in our next session. So the harful jar here is li, right? So my li is harful jar. Now because li acts as a harful jar here, the dal, the end letter, of course, will carry a genitive case. Why? Because li acts as a harful jar, right? Like fi, okay, fi, li, we have bi. We will be looking at all those huruful jar in our next session. So this was the translation of the verse. ذَلِكَ بِمَا قَدَّمَتْ أَيْدِيكُمْ وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ لَيْسَ بِظَلَّمٍ لِلْعَبِيدِ. Okay, now we will be moving on to our topic for today. You can just quote this verse and look it up and try to pick up the particles, each particles from the verse, and try to examine what the grammatical aspect of the verse is. If you're interested in the tafsir, I can advise you to go for the tafsir of Aka Mahdi Puya Yazid. That was verse Surah 8, verse number 51. Now we'll be moving to our topic for today. So see, if you just pick any verse from the Quran and you can make side notes as to what word, what particle represents what in each verse, it's much easier to understand the Quran. So you can make some short side notes in your Quran as well. There's no problem with that. So in our last session we were discussing about the accusative cases. Okay, I hope you remember the accusative cases, and I had said we had left out one due to lack of time. We couldn't cover that one accusative case. So today, accusative case we have is al-mansubat. Right, so the one that we had left out, that one case, I hope you remember the other cases. I'm not going to do a recap. we had left out at-tamyiz. So this is one of the cases where you will find an accusative sign. Okay, at-tamyiz. At-tamyiz is more like a distinctive term. Okay, we'll be looking at the examples so you will understand much better. So this is a distinctive, it's a distinctive term. Okay, now what do I mean by distinctive term? What I mean is, for example, if I want to say, to specify something, okay, if I want to say I bought one thing, okay, on one day, and I bought two things on the other day, okay, so I want to distinct between those things I bought on one day and the things I bought on the other day. But what things did I buy? Okay, so say on one day I bought one fruit, on the other day I bought two vegetables. So that's like a distinction. So that word that distinguishes what I bought on one day from what I bought on the other day, that word is what you call tamyiz. So on one day I bought, if I just say, okay, I bought one thing, and on the other day I bought two things, but what is that thing? So on the first day, okay, I'll tell you I bought one fruit. So that word fruit, and on the second day I bought two vegetables. So that word fruit and that word vegetable, that distinguishes exactly what I bought. It specifies exactly what I bought. So that thing, that word that distinguishes exactly, that specifies what I bought, that is what you call a tamyiz. So basically, it's a distinctive term. It specifies, and you will find that this tamyiz will always be indefinite. You will never find a tamyiz in with a definite article, and of course it will always have accusative tanween. Okay, so you will find this in indefinite form. Now what do I mean by indefinite form? I mean that form, that word that does not have al. The definite article, of course, is al. For example, if I say ad-dars, meaning the class, so that al is actually making the class more definite. Exactly what class am I talking about? The class, okay? So it makes it definite. For example, the class, I'm referring to this class we are having now, right? But if I just say a class, then I'm not making it definite. Okay, if I just say a class and the class makes it more definite using the article in Arabic, al, ad-dars, the class. But if I just say dars, then it's just a class, just one class. I'm not making it definite, right? So here you notice in tamyiz, always the word will be indefinite with, of course, the accusative tanween, right? Because we're looking at the accusative cases. So for example, the first sentence we have here is, say I have رأيت رأيت 11 كوكبا, right? رأيت 11 كوكبا. You will find this verse in Surah Al-Yusuf. You know, when Prophet Yusuf, he tells his father, I saw 11 stars, right? So رأيت meaning I saw. This is fi'lul madhi. This is past tense, right? So this is past tense. It's fi'lul madhi meaning I saw. رأيت 11 means 11. Okay? 11. But I saw 11. If I just say I saw 11, it really doesn't make any sense. What 11? Did you see 11 potatoes? Did you see 11 tomatoes? Did you see 11 oranges? What 11? I saw 11 stars. So this word stars here, كوكبة, specifies what did I see. If I just say I saw 11, 11 what? 11 bags, 11 books. I saw 11 stars. So this word stars here specifies what did I see. So this word stars here, كوكبة, is my tamyiz. So كوكبة is the tamyiz of my sentence. So this is my tamyiz, right? So كوكبة is my tamyiz specifying what 11 did I see. I saw 11 stars, right? So let's look at another example. So that was رأيت 11 كوكبة. I saw 11 stars. So our second example we have is هم 40 طالبة. هم 40 طالبة, meaning they are 40 students. Okay, هم, you know, it's the independent pronoun, right? Meaning they. 40, Swahili we say 40. 40 means 40. There are 40. 40 what? 40 onions? No, 40 students. Right? So طالبا specifies what 40. Okay? Did I see? So طالبا again here is my tamyiz. Okay? So they are 40 students. You know, even if you're doing, if you're doing word problems in math, you're asked to find if one person has this oranges, but then he gives 5 oranges to his brother, how many has he left with, right? X equals, so you will say, okay, the answer is 5. But 5 what? Even your teacher will ask you. You have to specify. Okay, he remained with 5 oranges. He had 11. Okay, if he has given out 5, he will remain with 6. But 6 what? 6 oranges. So you need to specify, especially when you're doing those, those word problems in math, you specify so that when you're doing that, just remember, oh, okay, so this is the tamyiz. I have to write it down. So here in Arabic, the tamyiz, of course, in this sentence will be students, and you notice it is indefinite. Okay, so I cannot say at-taliban. And why is it indefinite here? Because you notice that there is a tanween sign. And in the very beginning sessions, I had told you that whenever you have a tanween sign, you cannot have a definite article. Okay, it doesn't make sense to have a definite article whenever you have a tanween. So I cannot say at-taliban, right? So I will just say taliban. Why? Because of the presence of the accusative tanween, the noun itself becomes, the tamyiz becomes indefinite. Okay? We'll be looking at some more 4 examples here. So I'll just be listing them down now, and you will have to tell me exactly what you think is the tamyiz. So say I have a sentence, كم مالا عندك. Okay, كم مالا عندك, how much money do you have? Okay, so what is my tamyiz in the sentence? Okay, what is my tamyiz in the sentence here? If I have كم مالا عندك, you write down on your own the tamyiz. Okay, it means how much money do you have. Okay, the next sentence we have is هو أكبر منك سنا. I'll just be giving you the translation and you try find out on your own what is the tamyiz. Okay? هو أكبر منك سنا, meaning he is a year older than you. Okay? Then we have the next one. We have أنا أكثر منك أنا أكثر منك مالا, meaning أنا أكثر منك مالا, I have got more money than you. Now you find out for me here what is the pronoun, what is the tamyiz. Okay? Then we have ربي زدني علما. ربي زدني علما. You all know this dua. We always recite this in Qunut. My Lord, increase me, zidni, increase me in knowledge, ilma. Okay, so these are the sentences. I will just read them out for you once more with the translation so that you can copy them down and try and figure out what the tamyiz is, right? So we have كم مالا عندك, meaning how much money have you got. هو أكبر منك سنا, he is a year older than you. أنا أكثر منك مالا, meaning I have more money than you. ربي زدني علما, meaning my Lord, increase me in knowledge, right? So these are the sentences. So you can just copy them down, and so that we can now move on to conversation. Now we will be looking at a few sentences of conversation to end our class for today. So these were the sentences. I hope it's very simple to find out what the tamyiz is. You know tamyiz, what the tamyiz carries, the characteristics of the tamyiz, and now I'm sure you also know about all the 13 accusative cases we had discussed about. And inshallah, in our next session, we shall be discussing about the genitive cases. So we're done with the nominative cases, you know, the dhamma, the dhammatain cases. We're done with the accusative cases, alhamdulillah. Now, in the next session, we will be moving on to the genitive cases. So these were the sentences. Then you can now find out the tamyiz from these sentences. Right, so now we will be moving on to a bit of conversation since we have been doing a lot of grammar. So now it's much easier for you. Even if I write down a sentence, it is easier for you. You can even translate it without me having to do it. So we will be looking at conversation, okay? So just a few simple sentences. We have here, هل تذهبوا? Now such sentences, I'm sure you can translate them without my assistance. Okay, هل تذهب إلى المدرسة كل يوم? Do you go to school every day? Okay, هل, remember in our interrogation class in the very beginning session when we had discussed about interrogation, how to ask someone questions, we said we use the word هل, and we said هل could mean is, هل could mean are, okay, هل could mean do. Okay, so هل, now here it's applicable for do. Okay, هل تذهب إلى المدرسة كل يوم? Do you go to school every day? Okay, So تذهب, you know what تذهب is? We had been doing the tenses repeatedly. تذهب is فعل المضارع. It is the present tense, meaning do you go, right? إلى المدرسة. Now, what did I say about the حرف الجر? What I said about, okay, this is one of the genitive cases which we'll be discussing about, but I remember saying that when you find a حرف الجر, be it إلى, في, بي, okay, we will have a genitive case. So I cannot say إلى المدرسة, or I cannot say إلى المدرسة too. That is wrong, right? So my sentence should be إلى المدرسة because of the presence of the حرف الجر إلى. Okay? إلى كل يوم, meaning every day. Okay? Now, next sentence we have here is قد نجح هذا الولد في الامتحان. Okay, قد نجح هذا الولد في الامتحان, meaning this boy has passed the examination, right? So قد نجح نجح, of course, meaning to pass something, okay, successfully to pass. نجح, you notice, three-rooted verb, and it falls under the category of فعل الماضي. Of course, we have not learned what نجح means, but it is easy to identify the verb from the sentence because we have looked at the trend, the format of the past tense. For example, هو لعب, هو قرأ, هو جلس. So if I find نجح, it rings a bell. Okay, this must be a فعل الماضي referring to third person, هو, right? هذا الولد, this boy, في الامتحان. And of course, I had said that when we are forming sentences, we will not start with the noun. You will never have a case in Arabic where you start with the noun followed by the verb. I always said the format of sentences will be verb followed by the subject, which is the noun, finally the object of the sentence, okay? So, قد نجح. نجح, it has started with the verb. Okay, so this is my verb. I will never have a sentence starting with هذا الولد نجح. That does not make sense. Okay, so it's starting with the verb followed by the subject, which is the boy. We're talking about the boy, followed by the object, which is exam. And of course, here you also note that there is a حرف الجر, which is the في here. So we have في الامتحان. Okay, I cannot say في الامتحان. Okay. So I'll just be listing down other sentences here and then giving you the translation. So you can look at the grammatical aspect of the sentence. Try figuring out which is فعل الماضي, مضارع, the حرف الجر, since you are aware with them. So we have أنت, أنت ولد, أنت ولد ذكي. Then we have أنت ولد ذكي, meaning you are an intelligent boy. ذكي, intelligent, new vocabulary, note it down. Then we have here بنت شاطرة. We have done so many examples with شاطرة that I'm not going to tell you what it means now. Then we have كيف كيف وصلت كيف وصلت المدرسة meaning how did you reach school كيف وصلت المدرسة okay then we have كان القطار كان القطار سريعا جدا then we have أنا زعلان أنا زعلان اليوم then we have هو تعبان الحين هو you all know تعبان meaning tired هو تعبان الحين now okay then two last sentences we'll be looking at once we're done with this أنت ولد ذكي meaning you are an intelligent boy of course when forming the sentences again we had discussed about this in the very beginning sessions that you start off with the noun followed by the adjective because you know that in Arabic you do not start with the adjective followed by the noun just like in English. So if I were to translate in English meaning you are an intelligent boy, adjective followed by noun. But when it comes to Arabic it's the opposite, okay? It starts with the noun followed by the adjective. Then we have hiya bintun shatiratun meaning of course she is a smart girl. Of course here why can't I say hiya bintun shatirun if it's a boy? If it's huwa waladun it becomes huwa waladun shatirun, right? But because this is a muannath so I will use shatiratun. Then كيف وصلت المدرسة meaning how do you reach how did you reach the school, okay? And here you note that the object carries a fatha. In a usual case when there is no harfu jar in the sentence the object will always carry a fatha. Only during the presence of a harfu jar you will find the object carrying a kasra, okay? So كيف وصلت المدرسة how did you reach school, okay? Then we have كان القطار سريعا جدا the train was very fast, okay? كان القطار سريعا. Remember when we were discussing about Kana and her sisters we had said that the ism Kana will be nominative but the khabar Kana will be accusative with tanween. So all those grammar applications that we were having is now useful to actually converse with people, to talk with people, to understand these sentences. So when we were discussing about Kana and her sisters, we had said the ism of Kana, or you can say the subject of Kana will have a dhamma, and of course the khabar Kana or the predicate of Kana will have accusative. You will have the accusative tanween meaning sari'un meaning fast, jiddan very fast, okay? So if you understand this lesson then jiddan jayyid very good, okay? Then we have ana za'lanu al-yawm meaning I am angry today. Of course, I'm not angry today. It's just an example. But you know, sometimes your day goes bad and you just tell someone, I am angry today. أنا زعلان اليوم. Okay? Of course, أنا فرح اليوم. I'm happy today. So, then هو تعبان الحين, meaning he is tired now. تعبان meaning tired. الحين means now. I can also say الآن instead of الحين. I can also say الآن instead of saying الحين. Okay, it depends with whichever you want to use, but الحين is more what you call more eloquent, right? الآن is very common. Okay, so instead of الآن you can apply الحين. هو تعبان الحين, meaning he is very tired now. اليوم, here again you find the object of the sentence carrying a fatha. Okay, here again carrying fatha because no presence of the what you call harful jar. Two last sentences and we'll complete. So I'll just go through this one more time so that you can jot them down. Okay, أنت ولد ذكي, you are an intelligent boy. هي بنت شاطرة, she is a smart girl. كيف وصلت المدرسة, how do you reach? How did you reach? وصلت meaning you male, right? This represents a past tense for you masculine. Alright, so if I say كيف وصلت, I'm talking to a you singular masculine. If I say كيف وصلتي, then I'm talking to a you feminine, right? So كيف وصلت المدرسة, how did you, referring to masculine مذكر, how did you reach school? Okay, كان القطار سريعا جدا, the train was very fast. Okay, was, كان represents was. Okay, and of course قطار, this is the ism of كان, therefore it will carry a nominative case, and this سريعا is the khabar of كان, meaning it's the predicate. It's giving me information about the train, giving me information, telling me the train was what? The train was very fast. So this will also become the khabar. Okay, this applies more to the rule of following, you know, sari'an. So this will also follow the same trend. Jiddan also will have accusative form. Then أنا زعلان اليوم, of course, which is not true, meaning I am angry today. Okay, then هو تعبان الحين, meaning he is tired now, and other option for حين is الآن. Two last sentences and we sum up our class for today. Okay, so we just have two last sentences to go, which says أحب بلدي جدا. أحب بلدي جدا, I love my country very much, right? بلدي meaning my country. Country itself means baladun. But here, this is the rule of possession. We had discussed about possession. So this ya represents my. Okay, baladi, saburati, qalami, waraqi. Okay, jiddan means very much. Uhibbu meaning it's a present tense for I love. Okay, so I love my country very much. Then the last one we have here is قال لي صديقي. قال لي صديقي meaning my friend told me. Okay, قال meaning he said, right? Of course, if it's feminine, you can say قالت لي صديقتي. Okay, meaning قال لي told. And this is for me, okay? This means my friend. So قال لي صديقي meaning my friend told me. If you want to change it to feminine, it will obviously become قالت. Okay, it becomes قالت because we said in the فعل الماضي past tense for she third person becomes قالت لي. Then we have صديقتي meaning my friend told me in the مؤنث form. So this was our class for today. We pondered on the verse of Surah Al-Anfal. I think it was Surah Al-Anfal, verse number 51. We looked at the grammatical aspect with the translation. We moved on to one of the accusative cases we had missed out in the previous session due to lack of time, which was the tamyiz. And tamyiz, we said about tamyiz that it denotes, it is a distinctive term that gives specification. And we said the characteristics of tamyiz is that it is always indefinite with accusative tanween. For example, we said رأيت أحد عشر كوكباً. Alright, it becomes, of course, while pronouncing, you don't say كوكباً because while pronouncing you will just say كوكبا, but of course it ends with what you call tanween accusative, trying to specify what did I see. So if I just say رأيت أحد عشر, رأيت أحد عشر what? رأيت أحد عشر كوكب stars. So that stars, that كوكب, which is indefinite with accusative tanween, is my tamyiz. Then we moved on to sentences, simple sentences of conversation. I hope you have understood the class for today. If you have understood, then جدا جيد, very good. Inshallah, we'll meet in our next session. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. Thanks for listening and have a nice day.